With everything we been through, that shoulda kept us close. I could feel a change, but didn't wanna let you go. You planted seeds of hate and use your tears to help them grow. But for your pain.
This be more Dezzy. We back in the woods room, coming to give y'all the wrap up on OTAs week 3 for the Baltimore Ravens. We had a good turnout for these OTAs. A lot of vets made it in there. A couple of ones that wasn't able to participate. Ronnie Stanley because of his injury. You had Pat Ricard out because of his hip, and Tavon Young because of his knee. So that was the people that wasn't able to show up for the OTAs, but we still had a good turnout. Give y'all the rundown play by play. Let y'all hear exactly what was happening, the highlights, hear about some players that made good impacts over that last couple of days of OTAs. But let's get into exactly what went down. First thing first, they let us know that Pat Queen feel as though he's at full strength coming into this year, because last year he didn't have a off season with the team to get into the playbook, to get in a football shape. He himself admitted that he really wasn't in football shape until about week 5. He was able to get his body and his mind up to speed with everything that was exactly going on. And now with week 3 OTAs, they say he was all over the place. Left side of the field, right side of the field, man in the middle. He was really doing this thing out there, so that's a good thing to look forward to coming in this year. He was up for defensive rookie last year. Hopefully he be up for defensive player this year. Second, we got Big Ben Cleveland. Big Ben fighting for the starting left guard spot. He's not a lock. He's not a lock in the left guard spot, as we got a lot of linemen that's competing right now. You got Ben Cleveland, you got Ben Powers. A lot of those guys is out there fighting right now. Training camp will definitely determine who will be that starting left guard. I'm loving how these 2 receiver coaches is really helping these guys get in tune in the routes, getting their speed, getting their footwork down. You see these guys out there really putting in work with these receivers. Tylan Wallace, Rashad Bateman, he looks a whole lot faster coming out of his breaks, coming out of his routes. Sammy Watkins is doing whatever he wants to do on the field. They saying how he's smoking people out there. From Marlon Humphrey to Averett to whoever the hell else they put on him. So that's definitely a good sign coming into the season, as him and Lamar is building excellent chemistry. They said Sean Wade has actually been playing in the starting slot cornerback, because as I just mentioned, Tavon Young has been out all OTAs, but looking forward to him coming back. He's going to be back for that mandatory minicamp, so that's a good thing. You got Andrews, was a monster as usual through OTAs. Nobody could stop him. Any defender that was on him, he was doing whatever he wanted to do, dominating the red zone, getting open, catching passes over the middle, doing his little Salt Bay shit, dropping salt on people, man. Andrews is just nasty, bro. We had a James Prochet sighting. He had a one-handed catch when the pass went behind him coming across the middle. He was able to snag that, so that was a good thing. They said Prochet, Duvernay, and Tylan Wallace really had solid OTAs. They said Ben Cleveland is definitely getting coached up by Joe D. He put in a lot of good work, a lot of overtime with Ronnie Stanley and the sadly departed Orlando Brown Jr. Don't even want to say the team he went to, but we all know he's with the Chiefs now. And fuck the Chiefs too. I just want to make that clear. Yeah, so hopefully he can help propel Ben Cleveland into that all-pro status, as he helped Orlando Brown Jr. and Ronnie Stanley both get to that level. So that's a good thing that Ben Cleveland is already a goddamn mountain. So if you can actually get him to get that footwork down and get him to know exactly when to use his power and finesse, he's going to definitely be dominant on that offensive line. They said Odafe, he played good in pass coverage, which is a good thing because we all know we looking for him to be great in the pass rush because we need pass rushers. We got people that can cover on the outside of running backs, but they did say his highlight was when he covered Tyson Williams coming out of the backfield and he broke up the pass, which really just showed his athleticism as he maybe was about 10 to 15 yards down the field. They say Lamar Jackson was zipping it all around the field, doing sidearms, throwing long passes on a run. And the funny thing is, that was the first day that they had opened it to the media. So basically, he was probably out that bitch just showing off, letting them know, I'm still that. I still am him. And Justin Ellis and Dalen Hayes made good plays. They got one highlight where they say Justin Ellis tipped the pass and Dalen Hayes came down with the interception. And we know that's the rookie that we drafted this year in the 5th round out of Notre Dame. So it's good to hear his name. They really say he's been really impressing through this through the OTAs. So I look for him to be on the field a lot this year. Dobbins made the play of the day, catching a leaping pass in the back of the end zone where they trying to calculate what the vertical was because it looked like he jumped damn near over whoever was defending him. So Dobbins will definitely be more instrumental this year in the passing game for the Ravens. Side note though, they did bring in Todd Gurley last week for a visit, so we'll see what developments come about that. But as far as them bringing in another running back for that room, I don't think that's a bad idea. I can see Todd Gurley carving out a role and actually being a good asset for us to have more running backs, more receivers. That's never a bad thing. So that's the wrap up for OTAs on the minicamp. This be more Dezzy. We out.
With everything we been through, that shoulda kept us close. I could feel a change, but didn't wanna let you go. You planted seeds of hate and use your tears to help them grow. But for your pain